Hello everyone, this is Mia and Mai's coverage of the protest against ICE in California when they first started to, let's say, get real. Although they probably were from the very beginning. Anyway, this episode's coming out to you guys, I'd say 3 days late because we had serious technical difficulties when recording this. We don't know 100% what happened. The system we used to record for some reason wanted to act up. You won't notice this, but it kept kicking Mia out. And we didn't realize it till we were done recording, but it dramatically lowered the sound on my microphone. So there are times in the video where it sounds like Mia is talking over me. She is not. The system just lowered the sound on my microphone. It also was causing a lot of lag. So it sounds like we're trying to talk over each other. We're not. There was serious lag as well. But other than that, the video came out great and we got some great shots of the protests that we will talk to you about. Lastly, we also videotaped this during the Trump-Elania breakup. Trump and Elon had broken up when we recorded this. Right now they are back together, but you know that's probably only going to last so long. Anyway, enjoy the video.
There we go. Oh my goodness. If we get this done, it will be a miracle.
Yeah, so let's start talking.
Like, we got to go fast because we don't even know. The thing we use for this is being flippity digi. So anyways, you guys, we are here because this weekend there was a lot of hubbub and a lot of bullshit and a lot of disgraceful conduct. Yes. Basically, so we've talked about, because we do book stuff and we do political stuff, and we have talked about on this channel before that there's immigration problems in this country, and the way the government is handling them is no bueno, to say the least. And basically, we have talked about the fact there is legitimate proof that they have deported children who are U.S. citizens. They have deported actual U.S. citizens. They have detained multiple students, basically people they don't like who talk out about the system, and they have deported them or detained them unlawfully. Yes. So we have talked about this.
I said detained or deported.
Yes, basically. So it is a cluster. It's been a clusterfuck, and so now I want to preface this by saying we've also talked about Elon Musk on here. So if you guys have not seen that episode, we talked about just some of the shit that Elon Musk has done. So recently there was an interesting theory. So before we get into this whole thing of why we're fucking pissed, there's an interesting theory floating out there that the reason why this is going on is because the evil Oompa Loompa, we're not going to say his name because I'm pretty sure that's what's cursing us. The evil Oompa Loompa has basically been doing this to distract from the fact that him and Elon broke up. Their bromance is over. Fucking hallelujah.
One of the worst breakups ever. Elon even admitted that he was on the Epstein list, even though
I know. The girls are fighting. And they're mad. They're mad. Trump was doing shit. Elon was doing shit. And what happened was, shortly before all of this shit started, Elon had basically called Donald Trump out for all this crap, had threatened to support the Democrats. Not that the Democrats, I think, wanted support. I
still think they should take his money.
Right, take his money. Right, take the money. But they also basically said that, so Elon also basically said that Trump should be impeached. And then suddenly this weekend, we have riots in LA. And I think this is a solid fucking theory because Trump is very much a social media creature. And he would not, the fact that him and his boyfriend broke up, tragic. And the fact that his boyfriend wants him to be...
I'm so sad.
Right. Right, we're crying. We'll send him ice cream. Anyways, the fact that he's using a fucking state to distract from the fact that his boyfriend don't like him no more is also bullshit. But now, let's get into what's happening.
Right now, at the time of the filming of this video, the National Guard is in LA trying to protect ICE.
Well, It's actually almost a bit worse than that. So, 3 or 4 days ago, I got you. So basically, this started about 3 or 4 days ago. It began on Friday. And in response to ICE had decided, conveniently, the state they want to raid first, because they've been raiding different states. But the state that they want to do massive raids on, conveniently, after Evil Oompa Loompa gets done, is of course California, because that's the biggest state. That, by the way, for any people who are in red states and don't know this, half your money for your food stamps, your health insurance, and everything else comes from California. So if you don't know this, now you know. So the fact that he's actually interrupting all of that money coming to you should make at least some of you who like him mad, but I mean, maybe not, because y'all seem to be happy with this. And so basically on Friday, ICE decided to do full fucking sweeping raids. They were going to Home Depots. They were going to fucking ice cream stores. They were literally going to random fucking businesses and picking up what they said were illegal immigrants and detaining them without due process, without any rights. And so people started getting mad. And by the way, the images that were being sent are fucking disgusting. So ICE was sent with fucking Iran made, and when I say Iran made, I mean these Hummers were made to fight fucking Al Qaeda in Iran. That's what I'm talking about. They sent them with that kind of military equipment, and these guys were in full fucking combat gear going into fucking neighborhoods. And at one point, and it started, one of the biggest ones that hit the news first was San Diego, because they went to an Italian restaurant. They put every single person, including US citizens, in fucking handcuffs, and they fucking started sweeping the neighborhood and arresting whoever the fuck they found that they assumed were illegal. And
all the brown people had to be handcuffed.
And by the way, they were also handcuffing children. This was caught in 3 or 4 of these raids. So these people were acting like fucking monsters, let's be clear. And of course they want to fucking hide their faces, because that's what cowards do. They hide their faces. And so they went into this restaurant. So the neighborhood, because by the way, people are going to fight for their community. If you don't fucking know that, I don't know who the fuck you think where you're at, because we are the United States. Like, okay, this fuckery might be going on, but we will, most of us who are sane and have some kind of fucking empathy, will defend the people in our community. That is not...
People will fight.
Exactly. So basically, people started seeing people get fucking handcuffed for no reason. And so word spread. So this whole neighborhood, and they're seeing these fucking Al Qaeda fucking Hummers, people in fucking fucking combat gear, okay, with fucking machine guns, who are targeting their neighbors and a fucking Italian restaurant. Are you kidding me? And so people got pissed. So, and by the way, let's talk about the fact that these were peaceful protests. And all throughout, yes, there was shit done after, but that was not done until the second or third day, when people were really fucking getting fed up after they had been pushed. So starting with that, because lots of shit has been on the news, and let me tell you, the media is very conveniently putting it as those rioters, how dare they? They're burning cars and doing this. And most of these protests have been peaceful. So basically they turned on their cameras. Thank the fuck God we all have, camera phones now, right? Mm-hmm. They turned on their cameras and they started recording them. And they said, why are you in our neighborhood? What are you doing? What did these people do? Why are you arresting? Why are you putting kids in handcuffs, motherfuckers? Why?
Yeah.
And so I got...
we have that Nazi Germany did not have is that camera phones exist and we can call people out for their bullshit.
Yeah. It's not going to stop them, but it'll call them out. So then I started getting afraid and upset and backing away and not knowing, because they don't want to evidently outright attack people yet, but they want to arrest everybody. That was clear. So they literally, they were doing this, people were getting upset. So what do people do? They're protesting. They're like, get out of my community, get out. And then this spread. So that was like Friday. And then Saturday, people start protesting. People are going out on the street. They're organizing at the federal buildings. I believe one of them was a VA hospital. One of them was a federal ICE immigration building, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. There was a lot of places that were protesting at. So people started protesting. The images we have, to be clear, are starting Sunday on, but there are images from before. So by the way, a lot of these protests started out small, between 50 and 100 people. And of course, ICE is so afraid of people peacefully protesting. So Donald Trump Evil Oompa Loompa decides that he's going to send in the National Guard. And he's threatening to send in the National Guard. And by the way, that is something that only the governor can do, in theory. country is call in the National Guard. But Donald Trump decides to take advantage of it's a specific like insurrection law.
It's all, but you're right, it is.
It's insurrection something, and it's from like the 1800s, like when the country first started. And so
so it's right above our heads on the screen, people.
Yes. So you'll see it pop up. So anyways, he ordered the deployment of more than 2,000 National Guards. And then the first 300 were deployed to a federal detention center in downtown Los Angeles. And then they just started arresting people, obviously, because, can't have protesters.
Yep, none of those.
So I don't know when the tear gas started. I'm assuming because some of the people like throwing rocks and doing other stuff started Saturday, I believe.
Or the throwing rocks and stuff. When I first was getting into protest very early, people had heard that the National Guard was coming.
Yeah.
But they were still just, standing peacefully protesting. By the time I tuned in the morning to another live showing the protest, they were still peacefully protesting. And then after a minute, then the tear gas started.
Yeah. So we'll get there. So yeah. So that was, I think, Saturday when people were starting to get more crowds were gathering. People were getting upset. And then Sunday is when it really went down. So Sunday, by the way, me and Crystal have been spending all weekend recording because we had some lovely interviews we did. And we really didn't want to have to deal with this bullshit. And then, of course, because neither one of us is a type to ignore, violence or bullshit.
Yeah, horrible bullshit.
Yes. So we were on, both me and Crystal were watching lives all day Sunday in between our interviews, catching, and let me tell you, we have 5 billion screenshots. And I will tell you right now, every live point, and they were, most of them by this point are at the federal detention center. They are protesting peacefully. There was like a lovely lady of like 60 who was in a dinosaur suit. Yeah, Maxine Waters.
I'm scared of her.
Maxine Waters, who's fucking 80, was there, and they had weapons fucking pointed at her. It's fucking screen, like, it's ridiculous. Then you see them, and I'm not fucking kidding you when I'm telling you, I have screenshots. I took fucking screenshots. There are lives that are now streaming everywhere showing this. They deliberately, because
we have nothing but screenshots. Our notes are loaded with more screenshots than I think have ever been before.
Right. So I literally have at least 10 screenshots of where they had black and white vans with no windows coming in. By the way, I found out later, one of those vans actually ran somebody over who was trying to stop it because, they want these people freed and they want the fucking troops out. And by the way, the National Guard, we will get into that disgrace. So these vans start rolling into the federal detention center because obviously they're still trying to round up people, and people are trying to defend their neighbors, defend their people. And so they're trying to like find out who's in these vans. Now, there was a section of Sunday's protest where the media had started to show up. So you had independent media and you had some of the local media showing up. I am not kidding you when I tell you these people are recording. So some of the media was obviously just there to record. And then there's there's like peaceful protesters who are recording and talking about it, right? So what happens? The fucking National Guard and or ICE agents, I assume it's the National Guard because those are the ones I saw. They were shooting tear gas into the crowds at the fucking media. They literally deliberately shot tear gas into the media so that the media would stop recording.
No, it was the media because we were looking at a live stream showing the media section. I think you said that live.
Yeah, I sent you 2 of the 3 of those. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're watching the media section, these independent medias who were recording alongside some of the mainstream ones.
Yes.
I believe that was some of the mainstream ones I saw. Yeah. Anyway, so we were watching it. Next thing we know, tear gas is being shot in the media section. And these people know it was the media section. So don't tell me that, it was an accident.
They did. They knew. They totally knew. And the thing is, by the way, and I'm not kidding, we have screenshot upon screenshot, and I was watching these lives religiously where they are trying, the protesters were literally obviously calling them cowards, telling them they want them out of their state because they shouldn't fucking be there. Because by the way, if you don't know this, the National Guard is not supposed to be used against the fucking citizens of this country. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if there are a few illegal immigrants who, by the way, work and pay taxes and don't get any fucking benefits from that, but that's a fucking side issue. But the National Guard should not be fucking used against its own citizens. And this has been tried before. By the way, the last time this shit was fucking tried was during segregation era, which should fucking tell you that anytime this shit is tried, it is not fucking okay. It is not okay.
Yeah, it's not. Actually, if anything, during segregation era, the time a president did have to go over a governor was because the governor was refusing to adhere to the law.
Yeah, so that's the thing. The last time some of this shit was tried officially, it was a governor who was being a racist motherfucker, and the president had to go over his head. So when I say that you should not be using the National Guard against your own fucking citizens, this is not something that should be happening. So now, we're on day 3 or 4. Yesterday and today, we've been watching these feeds. These people are trying to protest peacefully, but let me tell you, some of them, yes. Oh, by the way, there is some talk, and I'm not sure if this is true or not. There was some talk by some of the protesters. I caught a few of these feeds where they were talking about that there were a few people who were running in who hadn't been a part of the crowd, getting physical with some of the officers and then running out. So they were saying that they must have been paid actors. I don't know. It could have been people just trying to start shit. Who knows? But
as you know, last time, what was it when Antifa was protesting? What was it back in 2020? They were saying, oh, all these looters and stuff. Oh, it's the protesters, and all those people who are looting weren't even from that area.
Now, yes, there have been some Waymo, which are automated cars with nobody in them, have been lit on fire. But let me tell you, we have images, we have videos of officers deliberately shooting beanbags at the fucking media. One Australian reporter actually got hit, and you can see he has her gun aimed at her. Like, he has his gun aimed at her. We have video footage of them tear gassing the crowd, not once, not twice, but multiple times while the crowd is trying to peacefully protest. And by the way, it is our constitutional fucking right. It is also in the Bill of Rights. We have the fucking constitutional right to have peaceful protests. This should not be a thing that is ever questioned. But, you know, of course, evil Oompa Loompa doesn't like that.
I told you this multiple times when we were discussing that we should have an episode, that my father, as many of you know, came from Ghana, West Africa. If he were still alive and with us, his heart would be broken to see this, because one of the things that made him so happy to be a U.S. citizen and so happy he came to U.S. and raised me and my brother here was the fact that in America, you can say whatever the fuck you want. As long as you're not attacking anybody, you're fine. In Ghana, trust me, that would not fly. You would either get arrested in public or disappear in the middle of the night.
Yes. So now this is some bullshit. Let me just be clear. And by the way, evil Oompa Loompa has threatened before in his last presidency that he would use the National Guard, but only if the governor's approved. So by the way, Governor Newsom did not fucking approve this shit, and is in fact has now filed a lawsuit against the government and the evil Oompa Loompa that they have used unnecessary provocation and unlawful force against their citizens.
Yeah, Mia, let me rewind a little bit. You're right, but let me rewind a little bit. Before the National Guard was sent in, Governor Newsom spoke to Donald Trump about what's going on. You're fine. I was just thinking we need to add this in. But he spoke to Trump. He was saying, he said they had a very, very good discussion. Well, he thought they had a very, very good discussion. They discussed what was going on. Trump doesn't even seem to want to bring the National Guard in this, or just didn't want to talk about it. So Newsom was under the understanding that, I can go to bed. We solved all this. Trump actually listened to me, only to be reminded that Trump is a lying motherfucker. Because next thing the National Guard is being sent to his state.
I don't know why. He assumed he was not lying, but okay.
I think he thought he scared Trump enough, because that time Trump was talking all his mess about Gavin Newsom, then went to California, and then Gavin Newsom surprised him at the airport. I thought he scared Trump enough to let the guy to realize, don't fuck with me. But the guy needs to learn. Trump learns nothing.
Trump never learns. Trump is only scared of having somebody say terrible things to him, hence why he's doing all this. And by the way, before we get into, we always support the troops. Okay, I will never not support the troops. My father was a Vietnam War veteran. Like, we will always fucking support the troops here. And I find it disgusting and cowardly that the National Guard is in LA. I also understand, and I know people whose husbands are in the military, wives are in the military. I know ex-Marines. I know a lot of people who have been in the military. I love my military. military people. And when I say that, I have talked to them about this because I told them, like, I am very fucking disgusted that the National Guard is in there. And there's a lot of people, there's a lot of upset people in LA who are hurt, who are afraid, who are trying to defend their people because they are their community, because they are afraid these people are going to get hurt, rightfully so, right? And let me just say this though, I also understand, and I understand there's going to be a lot of rage aimed at these National Guard people and aimed at the troops, because by the way, he's also sending in the fucking Marines now too. There is going to be a lot of anger aimed at them, and I am not disagreeing that they should be refusing these orders. But what I am saying is, and I've had this from multiple sources, multiple people who have literally told me that yes, if the whole unit refuses, they would not get punished. But if it's only 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 people, their lives, they have been made to understand that their lives will be made very fucking difficult. And for some of these people, the military is their career. The military is how they feed their families. The military is how they support themselves. So I completely understand that if their whole unit is not in on it, they don't feel, because yes, they have the right to refuse orders. But the thing is, if you think about, if you know anybody who's been in the military or anybody in your family who has military experience, they have been basically trained to always follow orders. That saves lives. Following orders saves lives. So I understand that there's probably a good portion of these guys who don't want to fucking be here. They live in this state. All of these are California National Guards.
Yeah, but they feel like they have to do this.
Yes. So they probably don't feel like they have a choice. They feel like they have to do this. And to be fair, I'm not going to say, I saw a few of the guards who seemed to be like amping up the hostility, but that was very few. Most of them were trying to just hold the line they were ordered to, and they are trying to do what they're told. And so I understand that. But at the same time, if you're a National Guard person and you hear this, or if anybody who has a National Guard person in California, please tell them they can refuse orders. And I understand it might be a hard decision, but there is a saying out there that, you know, what hurts is by standing by and being quiet while evil just goes ahead and does shit. And these orders are unlawful. These orders are evil. These orders are not okay.
Your oath. You need to remember your oath. These orders go against your oath.
And this evil Oompa Loompa, who, yes, unfortunately is president and is commander of the military, does, like, I understand that your life will be made hell, but I think in this case, I don't, Pete has excessive aside, but fuck him. Nobody gives a fuck for his ass. And I don't think anybody in the military actually fucking respects his ass. But
of course
aside from him,
and then expose our secrets on a fucking public app.
Right. 2 or 3 times he's done that. I think that if you guys defied orders, I don't think your commanders would hold it against you. Now, I could be wrong, and I hope I'm not, though. But I really want these National Guard people to hear me. Please hear me. This is not okay. Using the fucking military against the people. And yes, I understand these are brown people and black people, and oh my God, we should get rid of them. That's some bullshit, though. These people, whether they're illegal or not, are fucking people. They deserve fucking empathy. They deserve to be understood. They deserve fucking due process. And the fact that you guys are helping ICE to round them up and fucking detain them is not okay. This shit should not be happening. And please consider that the only reason the evil Oompa Loompa is fucking doing any of this is because his boyfriend fucking dumped him, and he doesn't want anybody to look at what Elon is saying because Elon has shit on him.
Yeah, especially when his boyfriend keeps semi-implying that he might have done something to make sure Trump would win. I don't know what that is, and I'm not going to say absolutely because that's still in speculation based off of his comments. But at the same time, this could be all, well, if most of more than likely is, I mean, my God, this man's petty. But more than likely, all of this is to take eyes off the fact that he and Elon are at a war, and Elon seems to want to get back in bed with the Democrats, even though technically we don't want him, we just want his money.
Yeah, basically. And the thing is that this is fucking disgusting. And by the way, there were tons of trolls in these things. And by the way, there was one of them that in particular, you are fucking terrible, was like, oh yeah, this is what we voted for, martial law. Let's talk about martial law. You guys don't actually know what the fuck you're talking about. If you're saying, oh, martial law is good, because here, let's give you a quick lesson on that martial law. For martial law to be put into effect, by the way, if it were to be put into effect, it would affect everybody. You realize that just because you're racist and you hate people who are Latino or Latina or Latinx, because you hate those people doesn't mean that martial law ain't gonna affect your ass. By the way, it don't care if you're white. Martial law is literally the replacement of civilian authority by military rule. And what it does is that the military enforces the law to whatever degree they feel like. And they are usually allowed to basically do whatever they want to anybody. And if you get in their way, they'll put your ass out. And I'm not saying they'll unalive you, but they'll definitely put your ass out. Okay.
So you to undisclosed location, it's only meant to be put in place like if we were hardcore invaded by somebody.
And the thing is that if it was martial law, then yes, habeas corpus, the right to be brought before a judge, would be suspended. But by the way, we don't have fucking martial law, people. So the fact that this government is these fucking cowardly ICE officers, and by the way, yes, if you're an ICE officer and you're helping with this shit, you are a fucking coward. I do not care. Because you could fucking quit your job and find a fucking new one. I don't give a fuck. You are being fucking cowards to go into businesses, fucking handcuff children, fucking handcuff U.S. citizens. And by the way, I don't care. You shouldn't be handcuffing the illegal immigrants anyways, because, okay, they're illegal. Do you know how long it takes to get fucking legal citizenship in this country? Fucking at least 10 years.
You know what I mean? Something I have to add that really pisses me off is, okay, we have people who came here illegally, but then they went through the right channels to go to court, you know, try to fix the situation so they can have a shot at getting their green card or something. And they report to court, like they're freaking supposed to, and you're arresting them for doing the right damn thing. What the hell?
Yeah. Well, and even in this, the way they're going about this, and by the way, let's also be very clear, Evil Oompa Loompa is very much trying to hype this up because he wants those images. Because here's the thing, and let's be clear, I am not condoning any violence against people. I am not condoning burning cars. I am not condoning running people over. But by the way, ICE did that, so I guess it's okay for them to do it. But I don't condone that shit.
We are not condoning.
But at the same time,
fires or any of that, we're not.
No, we're not. But at the same time, I also understand that if you push people and you make them afraid and threatened and they feel like that they are in a danger of becoming harmed, they will defend themselves. So I don't necessarily blame any of these protesters who, by the way, we have actual fucking footage of them peacefully protesting and having fucking tear gas thrown at them at least, 4 or 5 times an hour?
Yeah,
that's what it looked like to me. And I have 20 fucking screenshots.
Yeah, because I believe there was one I sent you last night. I do not know if I will use the image because it shows a person's face, but he was showing himself after he got tear gas because when I turned into the live, he and other protesters were running away because they had tear gas them.
Yes. And that's what most of these people have been doing, by the way. They have been trying to protest and then running away from the fucking military and the ICE and the police, who, by the way, we've got screenshots of fucking layers of police in fucking full riot tactical gear, because now there are little mini riots, not all of them. By the way, most of the screenshots show people peacefully protesting. And yes, people are allowed together. And by the way, for today we heard a new one where the police were trying to tell people that it was unlawful for them to assemble. Excuse the fuck out of me. Excuse the actual fuck out of me. You have no right to tell legal citizens they cannot fucking assemble to protest their government being fascist assholes. You do not have that right.
One of the points why the First Amendment is the first fucking amendment.
Exactly. And you know what I love is that all these Trump trolls want to fucking come in and be like, oh, you're going to get arrested, da 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 da, blah, blah, blah. But yet, if this were happening to you, all of you would be full of fucking righteous fury like we are, that you were told, exactly, you would be fucking pissed off that you were told you could not assemble to protest Biden, I'm sure. You would be so mad. You guys would be up in arms, fucking flailing your fist because how dare they tell you? So you think you have the right to enforce fucking unlawful assembly on people just because they don't agree with you? Again, that's what a dictatorship looks like. Maybe y'all should fucking look it up.
Maybe y'all should move to North Korea and get the fuck out of here and leave us the damn hell alone.
Right? And also, let's talk also about the third fucking right. I want to bring them up because let's talk about, and this is why I say that this disgusts me and I am fucking incensed. My family fucking immigrated immigrated here to get away from Germany, because some of my ancestors are from Germany, some of them are from Hungary. They immigrated here during the 1940s, actually 1930s, 1940s. I believe it was even the 1920s. Some of them, they all kind of came at different times. They immigrated here because they first they wanted to be Americans because they wanted that American dream. But the second was because they could see sorry, we can't say that word on here, what a certain person named H was doing. And they saw.
We can't say that on the YouTube. We just can't say
We can't say it on YouTube as well, I believe. You cannot say that or the schmopsy word. So H, when he was starting, I don't think they know about the Third Reich yet. Thank God, I hope. So the H and the schmopsy party had started early. And by the way, they actually built the country up before they fucking sacked it and did terrible fucking things to people, right? So again, evil and Baloopa still fucking failing, even though he wants to be H. So when they did this shit, the Third Reich was basically known as this period, but it was also based on the fucking mass, like the military they had that they used to fucking take over the government and then start doing genocide on Jewish people. Okay, and so the Third Reich, when I talk about that shit, I am talking about the fact that my ancestors fucking came here. By the way, are now all rolling in their graves. Came here to get away from that shit, to come to a country with democracy, and what we are seeing is not fucking democracy.
Yeah.
Now again,
Nazi images right now.
Yes, and so the thing is that of course nobody wants violence, but you know what? There was a young Spanish kid last night who's a citizen, by the way, before y'all want to get up in here, who was talking about the fact that he's like, he was talking after he'd already been in these protests all day. He had to go home and plug in his phone and stuff, and actually and they were talking about a curfew, so I think he ended up going home just to hopefully avoid some of the mess, right? So he got home and he was talking on the live afterwards, and he's 20 something, and I felt so sorry for him because he's talking about how his community, Latin, Spanish, Mexican, all of them, they're especially their elders are very afraid. They have all been raised with this fear that the government's going to come in and attack them and arrest them and do terrible things to them. And now this shit is happening. It's fucking happening in real time. And he was talking about the fact,
the apocalypse.
I know, and he was literally talking about how him and the rest of his generation, I think he's a Zoomer, or maybe probably not an Alpha, so he's probably a Zoomer. He was talking about how the young people are trying to get out there to defend their elders. And are you fucking kidding me that we are attacking? And I'm not kidding. They were literally aiming tear gas at fucking elderly people. They literally got upset because a woman in a dinosaur suit who was fucking 60 was yelling and protesting.
I know, and I'm glad you pointed out, because I was watching, I think that's the live I sent you, but I was watching and you said, look at you, you're scared of a 61-year-old woman in a dinosaur suit. I was like, yeah, you're right, hon. What the hell? She is
exactly.
You don't need to fear her. What is she gonna do?
And that was actually a white woman. So it's like this whole thing, again, race should not matter. But the thing is, clearly, ICE has been so fucking racist. I can't even talk about. They have detained so many people who were citizens because of the color of their skin. Let's not play with this. Don't play with me, people. Don't try to be fucking sane. This shit is not racist as fuck. This shit is racist as fuck. They are literally stopping people because, oh, you're brown, or oh, you're not the color of the white person you should be, which is bullshit. And I guess we didn't learn from fucking slavery days. I am fucking done with this country not learning from its mistakes. But I am also done with this dictator wannabe.
Man, I will say something, because I've always had to live with this.
Yeah.
And every time I say, a lot of times, especially when I was younger, how the Holocaust, we should always talk about it, and slavery should always be talked about all the time. Multiple times, especially when I was a kid, but a lot of times I get the speech, oh, slavery was such a long time ago. The Holocaust was fine, but slavery was so long ago. We don't need to worry about talking about that. I was told that multiple times growing up by people in school and elsewhere. I'm not going to get too deep in that. And I know why we're always going out of their way to tell me that. Because, at the Holocaust, the U.S. gets to be the hero. But with slavery, we have to acknowledge that there's something fucking wrong here. And they don't want to do that. They don't want to call, even though they aren't the ones who did it, they don't want to call their ancestors out. They have to make it look like they're all perfect.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's and then let's not even talk talk about. I mean, the fact that this country, y'all want to be so propriety over this country is yours. By the way, baby, this country was stolen from the Native Americans. So all of y'all who are white, who are trying to stand on cause that, oh, get out of our country, then excuse me, this isn't your country. This is Native American country that we fucking lied and tricked and created multiple amounts of bloodshed to get. So this is not a country that belongs to white people, first of all. But second of all,
in blood. Unlike a lot of these other country where it's with native inhabitants, the United States of America was founded in blood.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, it's like basically the United States was founded by fucking Spain, France, and England. And when I say founded, what I really mean is they came in and tried to fucking colonize like motherfuckers. And they tried to convince everybody this great lie that this country is, it belongs to the white people. No, it doesn't. Y'all are confused. Y'all are real good. But again, it doesn't even matter who the country fucking belongs to, because by the way, there is the truest thing that this country is supposed to be a melting pot. This country is supposed to accept everybody and give everybody an equal chance. And all y'all are running around like racist motherfuckers trying to say who's allowed to live here and who's not. But by the way, most of your families immigrated here. If you're Italian, your family fucking immigrated here. If you're fucking German or Hungarian or fucking Austrian or any of those, fucking immigrated here. Polish, the president, most y'all fucking immigrated here. So by the way, you are all fucking related to immigrants. So the fact that you're acting like fucking racist assholes is a disgrace to your families too.
It is. And also, I'm going to add, you crazy bastards is why Mia keeps begging me to take her to Africa. And you got to
also,
think
yes.
about it.
I want to get away. Anyways, it's just all of this is disgusting. You should not be using troops against immigrants. You should not be using troops against citizens. And that's what the police's job is. The police's job is literally to patrol. So like the people who are acting up and doing riots, fine, fucking arrest them. I'm okay with that.
They're
but the fact that you're
protesters, they're probably
exactly. And by the way, the protesters have literally been yelling at people and telling everybody, keep yourself in check. Violence is what they want, and that is true. What they want is violence, and it is not okay.
Martial law bullshit, which we do not want. I do not need some fucking curfew. I do not need to feel more fear than I usually do having to walk up and down the street.
Right. And the thing is, but also, fun fact, they're already talking about how they're going to start targeting other states, like blue states, like Oregon. And by the way, they've started pulling raids in Washington. And I find it really fucking convenient that he has this immigration issue, but he's targeting blue states. Could that be because he was not voted for?
It possibly could be, although I have been seeing a few TikToks from my fellow Georgians saying, be aware, they're pulling this shit here and they're trying to drive things out.
They're about to.
It wouldn't surprise me if next thing I know, these motherfuckers are arriving my state and I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing in my town?
Right. Well, and you have... Go on.
No, that's what I was saying. You're good.
Okay. I was making sure. I don't want to interrupt. So, you'll hear us. We're not really interrupting each other half the time. Half the time we're both just ranting so much. Really, it sounds like we're interrupting.
It's a matter of lag combined with we're not in the same room with each other. So it's harder for us to see.
Yeah. So basically, but the thing is, and by the way, I want to say, first of all, to all the people in LA, you are doing a fucking excellent job because every fucking live I've seen, they are trying to protest peacefully. They are they're coming prepared now. They are helping. By the way, these protesters have literally been helping everybody who has been shot up with tear gas. So good on them for being fucking actual good Americans. But you guys are doing the good fight. But also, let's talk about how New York is protesting raids. Boston is now protesting. Philadelphia.
I want to add one thing before we move on. Like you said, these protesters have been amazing because I think, it was the very first live the two of us were watching. Yeah, you guys, this whole thing has got her and me sharing lives back and forth. Like, lives with each other before, but not like this. Anyway, to my point, the protesters, they were giving each other bottles of water, like Mia mentioned, helping people wash tear gas off their face. Some of them even brought food to feed people because many
and water.
Food and water. so people could be hydrated and fed. That just shows how much the community is coming out for each other. And it shows how wrong these people are being, because the community has to fight to protect their own like this.
Well, and let's talk about that. Yesterday when they were protesting, there was actually people there who identified themselves as vets, who had flags on, who were talking about how they'd served. They were some of the ones shouting about how they'd served in the military. They were like disgusted with the National Guard being there, right? By the way, tear gas being aimed at them too. So don't feel real proud to be an American today, because these motherfuckers were aiming at everybody.
Yeah, they were not discriminating. They were aiming it at everybody. Only discriminatory thing they were doing was who they locked in a van. But anyway.
Oh yeah, because the ICE people are fucking cowards. Yeah, they're cowards.
Yeah.
So anyways, but yeah, so there's been that going on. But now there is co-protest. So if you are in any state, please look up. There are some of them are sympathy protests, and some of them are actual protests. Like New York has been protesting for 2 or 3 days because raids started there too. About the same time they went after California. Again, real fucking convenient. The state that has sued Evil Oompa Loompa like 20 times is going after. How convenient. So they are protesting. Philadelphia, Boston, Salem, Oregon. I know that because I saw that and was very proud. Lots of people are protesting in different states. They are trying to get the word out. They are trying to say, this is our fucking state. This is not your state. You're the government. Sure, good luck to you. But this is our fucking state. Get the fuck out. And a lot of the ones who are doing sympathy protests are literally saying, ICE needs to get the fuck out. The National Guard needs to get the fuck out. And by the way, fuck it, whatever Christy Noem wants to fucking say, that fucking person who unalived an animal, let's talk about her. She unalived an animal, and yet she's in a fucking position of power, which is just disgraceful in itself. But because by the way, if you kill an animal, you honestly should be shoved off a cliff. That's how I feel.
An innocent animal that was not attacking her. It's just
exactly.
She refused to train.
Exactly. So then this woman has been trying to parrot these lines by the Evil Oompa Loompa, saying, "Oh, we're just trying to send the National Guard to peacefully help." How is it when you send the military? This is the fucking military. Sending the military to talk at the citizens is not going to calm shit down. Y'all knew what you were doing. You are trying to start shit. You are trying to make it so that you guys can look like the heroes when you stop the fires. But all you're doing is fucking making it worse, because there was literally, and they've talked about this, there were 100 protesters on Friday-ish. There was maybe 200 on fucking Saturday. Then they fucking started bringing in the National Guard. From that, the protesters are now thousands. There are 10,000 protesters now because people were watching TikTok lives. And by the way, TikTok, I see you for fucking shutting lives down and trying to protect your fucking president. We saw your ass.
Making me and my job harder, because you think they don't realize how determined the two of us are. The second one line ended, one of us would be sending the other another 1 second. That line ended. Search and sent the live. It's like it ended. Okay.
Yep.
Search send.
Yeah. So we literally were fucking working our asses off yesterday, on top of having interviews. But regardless, so now you have fucking TT trying to end live. But all of these people, literally, more of these people only came down because they saw protesters getting attacked. They saw protesters getting shot up with tear gas. And what happens if you see your state, you see your friends, your community members getting shot up with tear gas? You're gonna be upset. You're going to be like, I'm going to go fucking down there and help them, because fuck this. You don't get to tell my state what the fuck to do. You are not our fucking people. No.
Yeah, because when the bullshit started, instead of less people being there, more people started to come.
Exactly.
More, because people are not going to put up with this shit. This is the United States of America, not Russia, not North Korea, the United States of America, and we don't put up with that shit here. We will tolerate we will tolerate no dictators. Our people are supposed to be allowed to use our voice and right to protest, and damn well we will use it. You do not tell Americans we cannot raise our voices.
Exactly. And the fact that you all are trying to tell people it's unlawful to assemble, and then Evil Oompa Loompa's newest one is, well, those people covering their faces. By the way, what do you think ICE has been doing this whole fucking time? Covering their fucking faces because those cowards don't want anybody to see them fucking putting handcuffs on children.
Exactly. And the other people are covering their faces because, I don't know, motherfucking tear gas is being thrown at them. That stuff hurts.
Exactly. So the fact that this is on, and it's still ongoing, people, and it's not going to die down. It's going to get worse because now he's sending in the Marines, because let's hype it up more. Let's make this work. And by the way, they've talked about the National Guard has very limited authority in what they can do. So the National Guard, by the way, for any of those of you in California, if you see any National Guard helping out with ICE to do raids, they are legally not allowed to do that. So please fucking call somebody. Not that I'm telling you to trust the police, because the police are out there. Fucking
take pictures and call.
Yeah, take pictures, fucking get proof, start screaming. But like the military, in theory, is only right now, they have surrounded the federal buildings. They are trying to protect some of the places where they are detaining illegally against their will people who are American citizens, because some of these people they've taken away are actually American citizens, and some of these people are not. But you know what? All these people deserve fucking due process. So you're all fucking acting like cowards. Let's be real. But the military is literally supposed to just be standing there keeping people from fucking up the buildings. That's it. So in theory, but now Trump has called in the Marines. So I don't like, the Marines are fucking like a tactical unit that are supposed to be able to fuck shit up. So I don't know why he's calling the Marines into this. Of course, because now he has an excuse, because certain people, whether they were protesters or not, have started some fires in the automated cars, by the way, whatevs, and have started some trash fires. So now Trump has a reason. Oh, and they got rocks thrown at them. But again, if you're pushing people and you're amping them up, I'm not saying all these people were like fucking paid actors, or, these people could just be upset, pissed off, and want to retaliate, which you shouldn't. If you're going to peaceful protest, you don't fucking retaliate. You can't. You have to peaceful protest. But I understand.
It's not going to go well. If anything, they may have feelings, because they may tell them to put their arms on people. And this isn't another country. These are their own people. So I don't think it's going to go the way Trump thinks it will.
I don't think so either. But the thing is that now that we have the Marines coming in, this is not going to get better. And this is so fucking disgraceful. Yeah. Like, as an American, I am literally ashamed of my government. Like, the fact that you're using the military against citizens, and the fact that you were fucking throwing tear gas at fucking innocent civilians who are protesting peacefully. And there is document. It's not like this shit's being made up. There is we have screenshots. There is 5 million screenshots and videos on TikTok. Yeah. Just look at it's literally all these topics are trending today.
In this video, I have been showing screenshots that we have gotten from several different lives, showing what's going down in real time. Yep. We have been showing you these, so it's real.
It's literally, and those are just the screenshots we have. That doesn't even include and I've been seeing all the fucking videos from everybody. There's so many people who are recording, and thank goodness, keep recording. For the people in LA, keep fucking going live, keep recording. Fucking ignore. If TT shuts you down, get a neighbor, fucking record. Like, do what you have to do. But these recordings are fucking necessary. We need to get, and I think there's some on YouTube, not a lot. It's hard to find them on YouTube. But find those videos, support those people. There are, and I will try to find some links. We'll try to find some links down below, because we're going to try to get this video out in the next 2 or 3 days. There are some links for where you can donate money to help people out who are protesting. So we will try to verify and find legitimate links to send you guys so that you can help people out down there.
This video's going out as soon as I'm done editing it. It's immediately going out, because I can't wait for our usual posting time with this.
I know. And so the thing is that we have other videos coming out, but we wanted to talk about this first. Oh, and by the way, I saw the fucking video of them shooting a beanbag at a fucking medic. You assholes, fucking police and ICE that are doing this, y'all should be fucking ashamed of yourselves. Be fucking ashamed. The fact that you're shooting fucking medics who are trying to take care of people who have just been tear gassed and are having reactions and fucking not knowing how to deal with it, you are disgusting as well. Y'all fucking disgusting.
I lost track of how many times I screamed at my phone yelling shame, and then realized, wait, they can't hear. Then when we were talking, we're both trying to scream shame at the images, and it's like, oh wait, these motherfuckers can't hear us. Let's type it in the comments to push it forward.
Well, Crystal, I got more news for you because Jason was just showing me and you'll hear me talk about Jason's my boyfriend. He was just showing me they are now rolling tanks into the city.
Oh, dear Lord in heaven. Oh.
From different parts of the states.
Oh,
Yes.
great. We got tanks.
So now they are bringing in fucking tanks and fucking Marines.
To attack unarmed people. Yay.
I'm like, I sound happy. Right. I am not like this is just disgusting. Like, and anybody who fucking supports this shit, you want a dictatorship. You are a fascist and you like dictators. So please just be honest. Please just say that because none of you all should be trying to pretend you're fucking Americans. If you are supporting troops going after American citizens, fucking using tanks and Marines, you are a disgusting fascist. Congratulations.
Yep, congratulations. And I swear, if one of those tanks takes somebody out, we are going to complain about that. We will spread the word like wildfire. We will not be silent.
I mean, we're probably going to go live on YouTube at that point. Or just go live on fucking, because we haven't. So by the way, not to promote ourselves, we're not. And by the way, we're also not monetized. And even if we were, we wouldn't have monetization on this video.
This is too serious.
No. So we are on, we have a TikTok page, ATPT podcast. It's on TikTok. Trust me, if we start seeing real serious shit, we will be going live and we will be fucking talking about it there. And it will not be pretty. And we're going to have to code word a lot of shit because I don't know how I can contain the rage, but we're going to talk about it. So you may see us go live. We're trying right now. We're going live a few different, because we have to do that 3-day bullshit thing with TT. Yeah. But in 3 days, we should be able to hold live, have friends up, talk about stuff. And we do have a lot of book friends. I'm sorry, book friends, that we have to talk about this, but we have to talk about this. I'm sorry to our book people because we love you. We're very sorry that your politics is interrupting your book time because nobody wants that. Nobody wants interruptions, but this is a serious topic.
Yeah, like my Substack is lighting up talking about those Marines.
It's just disgusting what's going on in this country right now.
Yeah,
and the fact that Donald Trump is doing this to fucking take eyes off of him and his boyfriend breaking up because he doesn't want whatever Elon's gonna say to get out there. Oh, I'll find a way. Don't worry. I'll fucking screenshot everything from Elon Musk if I have to endure that torment. I will fucking lose my mind.
We have to stay up all night. We are going to get as much footage.
Yes.
And as much resources as possible.
Yeah. So anyways, you guys, do you have anything else? I don't want to cut you off, Crystal. I'm just like, we've said a lot of shit.
We said all the stuff. I think we cross-connected a little bit because, guys, we were having a very hard time with this stream. Even now, there was a little bit of lag because whenever I thought Nia was done speaking, she wasn't, and it came in later. And then she thought I was done, and it came in obviously later. So for some reason, StreamYard has not been very nice to us tonight. We don't know. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
It's probably the heat or something. I don't know, because it's hot. It's fucking 100 degrees here. I do not need this bullshit when it's hot. I don't deal well with heat anyways. I don't need heat and the military fucking going cray-cray. Okay. So anyways, welcome to Fascism Hour, because it's been about an hour. We've talked straight about fascist bullshit. But if you guys have any comments or questions, or, hey, if you want to troll also, we'll just delete, because I'm not in the mood for trolling. So y'all are going to get your comments deleted if you troll. But anybody else, feel free. Yeah, feel free to come in our comments, say hi. Whether you're a progressive or Republican, hey, if you want to say some shit, you're a Republican, I'm down for it. Go for it. But what I am going to say is,
and subscribe.
Yes, please like, comment, and subscribe. So anyways, we do appreciate you guys. We also have, like I said, I just finished editing the interview with Carlos. I'm going to try to get that uploaded tonight. And then I will finish the KT one by tomorrow. And I know Crystal's going to be working on this one also. So within the next, so the next 3 or 4 days, you should see like 6 videos come out from us. So just stay tuned. And we do appreciate you guys. Please like, please subscribe. And if you're in LA, please know that we are thinking in New York. We are thinking about you guys. Our hearts are with you. And please just stay strong. Like, take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Please don't do any violence if you can help it. But I'm telling you, if you're attacked, I'm not going to tell you not to defend yourselves. So anyways, but please just be safe. That's all I really want, is you guys to be safe. Okay. So anything else before we go back to watching live streams that infuriate us?
I think we're going to get more information once we turn those live streams back on.
This is just the Marines and the fucking tanks. This is not my country. This is not the country I fucking believe in. This is not the country I was taught that should be better. This is not better, bitch. This is not better. Fucking
Yeah.
evil Oompa Loompa boy.
It's supposed to be better, not go backwards.
Oh, and by the way, also, last thing, Trump is now also threatening to arrest Governor Newsom. You know,
Yeah,
because
I heard that this
dictatorship and
morning.
fascism. Fascism, man.
Oh,
Dude,
don't you love the
Donald
fascism?
Trump seriously just wants to be Castro. Like, can we talk about that? We'll talk about that in a different thing. He just
If
wants
I'm
to be
gonna be
Castro.
honest, Castro was more put together than Donald Trump. Let's be honest.
I agree. I think every dictator, even though I can't stand them, has been better than Trump. Like, he is the worst dictator to ever dictate.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
Trump, here's the thing. Unlike Trump, I can say something nice about Castro because Castro did make things better for Black Cubans. So,
Hey, one good thing.
One good thing about Castro. Trump, I got nothing. I got nothing.
Crystal, oh my God. You know, I think it's a bad sign if you live in America and you're saying, I have one good thing to say about Castro. Crystal. Okay, well, we're in the dictatorship Twilight Zone. Welcome. That'll be the title of this, by the way. Welcome to Twilight. Welcome to fascist dictator lands, Twilight Zone. We'll workshop it. We'll probably got to shorten it. So, anyways, you guys, also, so New York, LA, anybody who's protesting, please be peaceful. Please stay safe. Take care of yourselves. By the way, if you don't have a gas mask, they're $17 on Amazon. I looked them up. Also, bring milk with you because milk, if you don't have a gas mask, milk will help the effects of tear gas as well. Make sure you're bringing water. Make sure you're bringing, yes, it actually like clears stuff out. Bring snacks, bring a lot of water because you need to stay hydrated when you're protesting. I don't think, I know phones end up dying. So come with 6 friends and then all of you use your phones one after another.
Bring a portable charger.
Yes. But keep filming, you guys. Please keep filming, keep protesting, keep being strong. And a special message, I just want to say that, like, to the Latinos, Latinx, Latino, all of you, there are fucking racist white people pulling this shit. There are stupid motherfuckers who are cowards named ICE who are doing this shit. But not everybody agrees with them. And I want you to understand that there's a lot of people who stand behind you and we care about you and we want you to be safe. And for the illegal immigrants who are getting fucked up, I am so sorry that you are being terrorized and you are being abused in this way in this country. This is not what this country should be. And it is very shameful to any of us who are fucking true Americans that this is happening. It is disgusting. And I cannot apologize enough for it. I cannot even say how terrible this is, but I hope you understand that, like, many of us are very ashamed and do not like this shit.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So,
anyway, we're going to go and then we're going to look at live streams and then we'll be back fairly soon with more rage.
I don't know if I can contain this level of rage, Crystal. I can't. Anyways, oh, by the way, the evil person of the week is fucking evil Oompa Loompa. He won, hands down. Nobody else can win.
In a landslide for a while. It's hard to call out the other people.
So anyways, we're going to go now. Love you guys. Please like, please subscribe. To the protesters, please stay safe and stay strong, okay? Love you guys.
Okay.
Mwah.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.